There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And that is the Software Toolworks logo. And here it finally is. Life and Death to the Brain. Some of you will have seen this brain animation before. I've used it on several of my videos. And this is a fantastic piece of software. I mean, I'm awful at it. And that theme tune is starting to bore into my skull. So, it didn't outstay its welcome. That's good. Okay, sign-in sheet. So we got Tom, Tope, and now we've got Lawnie McMurder. Lawnie McD. Yeah, the McD doesn't stand for medical doctor. It stands for murder. And you'll see why.
Welcome to Toolworks General.
Dr. Lawnie McD, please report to the classroom in the southwest corner of the hospital for orientation. Yes, sir, Mr. Random Speaker. So you've got an overview of the hospital here. You have to enter various rooms and speak to patients and perform operations. So let's go to the bottom left room for orientation. Welcome to the Neurology wing of Toolworks General Hospital. You're currently in the classroom. You'll be told to come here when the chief neurosurgeon feels you need instruction. You may view all of this lesson by clicking on the projection screen with your mouse or mouse substitute. In my case, I've got a fancy left-handed mouse. But that's another video for another time. Okay, you can go back to the beginning of the lesson by clicking above the top of the projection screen with your mouse or mouse substitute. When this lesson is finished, click on the door located behind the chief neurosurgeon with your mouse, but not the mouse substitute, and you will find yourself in the main corridor of the hospital. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You can go into any room in the hospital simply by clicking on that room with your mouse or mouse substitute. Feel free to explore the hospital to find out where everything is. The receptionist is located at her station in the center of the hospital. She can help if you get lost. Or she could tell me to get lost. Also located at the receptionist station is the Hospital Guidelines and Policies clipboard. Click on that to view the clipboard, make changes to the game settings. This concludes this session. Good luck, Doctor. Class is over for now. See you next time. I like his beard. Reminds me of Commander Riker. Okay, so we exit. Dr. Lawnie McD, you have a patient in room 3. So, let's just go to the reception first. Good day, doctor. Shouldn't you be seeing a patient in room 3? Yeah. And I've got various options to ask the receptionist, who already looks tired of me. I don't blame her, clearly chewing some gum there. Do you know where room 3 is? What do I do when I have a patient? I went to medical school, but I don't know what to do when I have a patient. You need to examine each patient to determine what is wrong, then specify a treatment. You mean doctoring? I guess I can do that. If an operation is called for you, you will then have to go to the OR and operate. If you have any questions about the diagnosis and treatment process, just go to the med school and take a class on whatever subject you wish. So, how do I get around this place? Oh, and I just skipped through that. There is an option called Nightmare Mode, and we can delete surgeons, we can change our initials, and right. Let's just ask that again. How do I get around this place? You're at the reception station at the center of a hospital. When you leave here, you'll be back in the main corridor of a hospital. From there, you can go anywhere in the hospital just by clicking on the room. The most important rooms are the patient rooms just behind me and to your left. The classroom at the far southwest, your office behind me and all the way to your right, and the operating room to your left. Okay, feel free to explore all the rooms to get a feel of where everything is. So, what are you doing tonight? How about I bust you in the chops, Doc? Oh, okay. Sorry. So, Lawnie McMurder face. Let's go to room 3. Hey there. You're looking uncomfortable. I can already diagnose you. You have Chris Evans syndrome. You look like Chris Evans. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Say Alice.
Alice.
Oh, we've got some speech.
Alice.
Now say it really quickly.
Alice.
Oh, I hope it didn't break the game. No. Now, we have the option to stick a pin in their eye, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Let's shine a light so the pupils dilate. Look at that. Yes, they do indeed. And I guess I can use this to... Oh, look, I can make them cross-eyed. Well, that's just fantastic. And their eyes appear to be following my little instrument. So that's going okay. What does my clipboard say? Face. Eye tracking is normal. Abnormal dilation, no. Light reactions, fine. Speech is, yep. So, I guess we'll just prick you in the face.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch indeed. So, there's no pain on the left-hand side of the face. Interesting. So, it's about a sort of Sherlock Holmes style, deduction, in that you test each part. Let's just break his arm. I mean, we already know he has Chris Evans syndrome. That's a very British joke. I hope it's not too dated. I hope Chris Evans hasn't done anything. Yep. There we go. Oog indeed. What about this side? I'll tell you what. They've no pain down that side of their body at all. So, reflex absent, normal are there. No weakness, we haven't tested for that. But again, there's no pain on the left-hand side of the face and no pain on the arms. So, let's just touch him up a little bit. There we go. All right. Yeah, we've been there. What about your legs? Can we access your legs? Yes, we can. Yes, that's a reaction. Okay, let's get the old pin out. I mean, I don't ever recall a doctor pricking me with pins to test.
Ouch.
Yep. Nothing. We could just stab him with this until the end of time and nothing's going to happen. Okay. Oh, right. 45. Oh, wearing very well for 45. Admitted unable to use left hand. According to friends, they found him on the floor, unable to move. Okay. So, we can then prescribe further treatment from that clipboard area. Let's just consult. So, I think we'll give him an MRI. Let's give him an MRI. Okay. Let's turn this on. I don't know what that means. So, we've got a brain here. I don't think any of these are actually anything more than decorative. But, yeah. So, that has not really cleared anything up, has it? No, because that clipboard has... Let's do a skull X-ray. Why? Because we can. Okay. That certainly looks like a skull. But what did that do? What about a CAT scan? Let's stick that on. Yep, looks like a brain here. I'm going to murder this fella. Skull X-ray, angiogram. We're really struggling to find out what's going on here. Because they look more or less identical. So everything's fine there. Let's consult my big book of neurology. Wow. Hey, let's look up cocaine. Patients overdosed with cocaine will show dilated pupils, but few, if any, additional abnormalities. CAT scan are all normal, right? So, through process of elimination, we can look up everything and find out what it is. So, some patients have pain due to simple headaches. Everything's normal. See, that's the thing. I think that something is caused, like, I'm thinking maybe an infarction, because they've lost sensation, but pupil dilation, light reaction, and eye movement will also be affected on the opposite side. So it can't be an infarction. Hematoma. You just have to read through. And, hey, weakness occurs on one side of the body, usually on the same side as the injury. If the hematoma is on the left side... But the scans looked okay, didn't they? What about morphine? No, pupils are fine. Neuropathy. Just one of the patient's limbs. But both of his limbs are affected. Right. See, none of those fit. This could be a problem. Let's prescribe a treatment. So, we could operate. We could prescribe physical therapy, exercise, refer to a psychiatrist. Let's just palm him off to the psychiatrist. Although your assessment, of the patient's condition was essentially correct, you didn't follow the proper procedures. I'll see you in class. Will you? You should always perform a full physical examination of a patient before specifying a treatment, so that you have all of the information and avoid a misdiagnosis. Before examining the patient, you should read the patient's history. This will often provide you with clues as to the patient's condition and warn you of possible pitfalls in the examination and treatment process. Sorry, Mr. Stern Beardington. Hey there! We've got another patient, but this time we're going to mess it up. Prescribe treatment, operate for a brain tumor. It's going to happen. Okay, so we have to, head to the OR. Is this the operating theatre? Yes. Right. Excellent. This is what 99% of players in Life and Death 2 will have done. So, yes. Welcome to the OR. Press the right mouse button to identify tools. Good luck. We don't need to identify tools, because we can just... Doctor, you quack. Get out of here. Oh no. Were you auditioning for the next slasher film? Get to class before I call the police, you quack. Oh. What did I do wrong? I was fine. I was just having a good time. Oh. It is the goal of modern medicine to ensure that the patient leaves the hospital in better shape than he was admitted. In that light, the outrageous behavior you exhibited will not be tolerated. You should always perform a full physical examination. Yes. Sorry, yeah. So, yeah, it goes on like that. And it's a process of elimination thing, and it's really enjoyable, because there's not many games like it, to be honest. This is deeply educational. You get to learn the basics of brain surgery and things going wrong with people's neurology, and it's a very nice piece of software. I guess you could call it a game as well, but it feels more educational than game. But yeah, All it needs is some, light music, the person on the intercom talking about people with bloaty heads, and no, wait, that's something else. Yeah, Life and Death 2. What is it? It's a surgery simulator, and it's a very entertaining one. If you really want to give it a go, and you want to be a serious surgeon, then you'll really have to read up on things, unless you know already. But yeah, the goal of the game was to make you feel like a proper surgeon, and I think it does that job well. Some of the operations are extremely intense, and time-based, and very difficult. As you'd expect, because it is brain surgery. If you like the idea of doing that, then here it is. The definitive DOS game for doing just that. Great stuff. And even though I completely butchered my patient's head, I think that their choice to keep me on in the hospital was the correct one. And if you like me randomly operating on DOS characters, this is probably one of the only times it will happen. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos, and if you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. And if you are smarter than a brain surgeon, you might be one of my wonderful patrons. Take a look at those fantastic names. Great individuals who I would trust under the knife. Life and Death 2. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It's just whether you like that sort of thing or not. I certainly do. Until next time.